Hi, welcome to Making a Better Me. We're doing another bonus video with myself, Trevor, and Leanne here with me, and we also have Storm with us just because he likes to sit on the couch with us. So, in our last bonus video, we talked a little bit about ourselves and we said a few things. One of the things that we mentioned is that our 25th anniversary is coming up this year. So today's video is a little bit about our plans of what we're going to be doing for our 25th anniversary. I've been hinting a little bit that I've been doing some planning and working on some things in my videos over the last little while. And I guess what we're going to tell you is we're going to Disney World. Yay! So we're doing our trip a little bit different this time. Aren't you cute, little Minnie Mouse? So we've been to Disney World a couple of times in the past. We went actually during our 10th anniversary, and we went again on our 15th anniversary. Both times we went before, we took the girls with us. And this time we're going solo, or, well, duo, I guess. We're traveling without kids, so it'll be a very different experience. Yay! And we're also doing a few other things differently. So what I want to talk about in this video is some of the things that we've done, and we're trying out. The last two times we traveled to Disney, we stayed on Disney property. We stayed at the All-Star Movies the first time in 2003, and we stayed at the Caribbean Beach in 2008. Both were great places, really liked them, but we decided to try something a little bit different this time. So we are actually staying not on an official Disney property, but it does come with some Disney property perks. We're staying in the Disney Springs Resort area, and we're staying at the Wyndham Garden. I'm hoping this is going to turn out to be an okay choice, but I'm going to talk about some of the things and some of the reasoning for that as we go through this video. So
maybe I wonder if anyone has ever stayed there before. We would be really interested in seeing your comments.
Yes, we'd love to hear from anybody who's stayed at the Wyndham Garden. I did look at a couple of YouTube videos and saw some things about it, and it sounds like it's okay. Although I did hear some mention of possibly a pressured timeshare talk, or they try to get people to do that. I've already got my tickets. I think they promise discounted tickets if you do it. I have my tickets already, so I'll be more than happy to say no. But the other things that are going on with this planning, and we are somewhat in the planning stages, although we've gotten a little bit further. We are traveling in July when our anniversary is. As I mentioned in the previous video, it's July 10th is our actual anniversary date. Our travel dates, we're traveling, we're leaving out on July 8th, and we're returning on July 15th. So we have 7 nights at Disney. 6 full days. We're flying with WestJet, which I originally I was hoping to get slightly different flight times, but the deal on the day that we went was just too good to pass up. So one of the things that I really like about WestJet's site, and I'm not sure how many other sites do this. I know with Expedia and some of the other places they don't really do it this way. But if you look at WestJet's site, it will show you, if you pick a day that you'd like to fly on, it will show you the rates on days that are close to that day. And when I picked the day that we were originally planning to fly out on, which was probably going to be about the 5th, there was great discounts on flights on Sundays at the time we booked. So by having that flexible sort of area of showing what the different dates look like, we were able to save quite a bit of money. So that's one of the reasons that we're doing our trip a little bit differently this time. In the past, one time we actually we booked it all through a travel agent. And I think the other time, I think I did it all through the Disney website and just did the entire booking that way. And both ways were really good. I really don't have any complaints about that, but we were trying to shave a few dollars off our pricing this time. So by having access to knowing when the more flexible dates were and knowing when the deals might be, we were able to adjust our dates to save a fair bit of money. So I was really pleased with that. our flights actually cost less than $1,000 for both of us return from Halifax to Orlando. And the other really nice bonus that we have with our flights is they're both direct. I'm actually really kind of excited about that. We're arriving a little bit later in the day on the 8th than I hoped, and we're leaving a little bit earlier on the 15th than I hoped. But I think the convenience of having direct flights will make up for that. So I am really, looking forward to the direct flights. We don't have to change around in airports or anything like that, and running from gate to gate and worrying about missed flights or extra sets of delays or anything like that. We're on one plane, we're there, we're off. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. So we arrive around I believe 5:30 on the 8th. So I'm hoping getting from the hotel or from the airport to our hotel won't take too long. One of the things that I'm planning to try, and maybe if anybody has any experience with this, they can let me know what they think, is I'm planning to use an Uber to get us from the airport to the hotel. From what I can see, this seems to be the most cost-effective method of getting around in Disney or in Orlando in general. So Uber is my plan, and hopefully that works out well.
Again, if you could let us know if you've had any experiences using Uber, we'd be really happy to hear any.
Particularly in the Disney area, like around Disney,
right,
would be most important to know.
Mm-hmm. If there's any tips or anything we should know about.
Yeah. So the second stage of our planning was to book the hotel. Originally, we had planned on staying at the Pop Century. Yes, sorry, thank you, Leanne. I forgot that the Pop Century Hotel, and because there was a little bit of a delay in the time of getting our flights and the time of booking our hotel, we looked at the Hotels.com website and found the discounts there were quite a bit better than we could get directly from Disney. They had better rates, which I was surprised at, but they still had Disney hotels. So if you are looking to book a Disney resort or any other resort, really, some of these sites like Hotels.com in particular was the one I was looking at, have some great values. So the Pop Century had been available, but there was a bit of a delay. I was working with actually a friend who gets a further discount on top of Hotels.com. And there was a couple of days delay, and by the time we got the booking, the Pop Century was no longer available. So then I was looking at staying at an all-star resort, and I thought, well, we've stayed at all-star before, and that'll be fine, that'll work. The biggest concern I had with all-star resorts in the past was the long waits for buses, the long time, like they're a little bit further out of the way, and I found the buses, because the three all-star resorts share busing, quite often the buses are full and you have to wait for another bus, or especially at busy times of the day, at the beginning of the day, at the end of the day, things like that. And I just thought, well, gee, that's really a bit of an inconvenience. I wonder if there's a better way I can do it. And this is when I stumbled upon, I had sort of resigned myself to the fact that we'd be staying at an all-star rather than Pop Century, and I was okay with it. But then I stumbled upon the Disney Resort area hotels, and I noticed, just at random, I wasn't aware of this at all, that Disney actually allows some of their Disney Resort perks at these hotels. The Wyndham is not the only one. There are, I think, 7 in the list of resorts that are at they call the Disney Springs Resort area. And one of the benefits that's included, 2 of the benefits that are included is, one is you get access to extra magic hours, which is I think an important factor when you're on a time limited trip. We don't have 2 or 3 weeks, so we really want to make sure we're getting the most out of our time, and having those extra magic hours will certainly come in handy for the days. We're not super big morning people, but the evening hours in particular, although we are going to try to do some morning stuff as well. Cross our fingers and hope we can get ourselves out of bed and get going. But I think the excitement of Disney will make it all worthwhile. So if you can't tell, I'm super excited about going.
Especially if Mickey Mouse calls with a wake-up call.
I don't know if he does at our hotel or not.
Oh, maybe not.
I know he does at the Disney hotels, but I'm not sure if that happens. That always gets you right up. Well, we'll find ways. We'll find a way. So the other perk that we get by staying at these resorts, that is also a Disney Resort Hotel perk, is the ability to book your fast passes 60 days out rather than 30 days out. From everything I'm seeing, that's a huge advantage. I've been using the My Disney Experience app for probably a couple of months now, and I can't believe the wait times on rides. So I've been just sort of using it to sort of check, busyness in parks and things like that, see what the wait times look like and how all that's going. So I was a little concerned about, how that was going to work out and things like that. So anyways, that was the second stage was getting our hotel. One of the other things I wanted to say about this hotel that I found a little bit convenient, and I'm hoping it's going to work out okay, is the hotel is, from what I'm told, is a 5-minute walk to the Disney downtown, Disney Springs Marketplace. I'm so used to calling it Downtown Disney. They've changed the name of it since we were there last. So there's a lot of things that are in the Disney Springs area that I find are going to be useful. One is there's a lot of great food and restaurant ideas, as well as great shopping, although we're not really going on a shopping trip. We may look around a little bit. I'm sure we'll pick up something or other. But the other thing is, I thought, well, gee, that might work out nicely. We can use the Disney buses. There is shuttles from the hotel, but from what I've seen in reviews from other people, it doesn't sound like they're quite as consistent or as nice as the Disney shuttles. So I think we're going to try to use the resorts and the Disney buses from Disney Springs, and also from the Saratoga Springs Spa and Resort, which is actually just around the corner from Disney Springs. So that is one of our plans is, for early mornings, we'll probably walk over there, which I think Google Maps showed it at about 20 minutes. And we'll probably hike over there in the morning to catch the Disney bus to get into the parks for extra magic hours, things like that first thing. And if we're getting a later start in the day, we'll probably just go to Disney Springs and catch a bus there to either a resort that's close to the park we want to, or we can go direct to the park. I'm not sure how that works. I know in the past, I believe we were able to go direct from a park to Disney Springs later in the day, but I don't think they have that access available in the other direction or early in the day. So we'll see. We'll figure it all out and make it work. What I've been doing to make our transportation a little bit easier is what we'll probably, if we can't go direct to a park, we'll go to the closest deluxe resort to whatever park we want to go to and then transport from there. I find using the deluxe hotel busing, you have shorter lines and they're much closer to the gates, so that should make travel a little bit easier. And from everything I've read, everybody's available to use the Disney buses. It's anybody who's doing Disney can use their buses, whether you're staying on Disney property or not. So we're certainly going to take advantage of that to the best of our abilities.
I think they encourage people to go and visit the different resorts and check them out. And
so if time permits, I'm not sure how much free time we're going to have, but I would certainly love to take the time to go look at some of the different resorts that we've never been to. I know we walked through the Contemporary. We had a meal there before, and we had a meal at the Polynesian before. But I'd be interested in seeing some of the other ones. The Animal Kingdom Lodge is one that I'd really like to see, and
it'd be fun to see.
and there's some other ones. That's one of the things that we're trying to work out. So the last thing, we've done quite a bit of planning so far, but we do have lots of things left to do. But the last thing that I just finalized actually last night is our Disney Park passes. And this was something that I wanted to find a different way to do. And what I did is I actually booked them. I have a travel visa, and I wanted to book with points, or use points to pay. So to do that with my TD travel visa, is what we had to do is I had to book the park passes through Expedia for TD website, and I was able to do that. And boy, was I ever concerned when they sent me the email and I had vouchers that they said could be redeemed at the park gate. And I thought, well, I can't put these in my Disney experience, and therefore I cannot fast pass ride 60 days in advance. I was freaking out. So I had a call to Expedia and checked with them, and they said that, they assured me that within a couple of days I would get the actual park passes with the numbers. And sure enough, it took, I think, about 4 days, but I did finally get the actual park pass numbers. So I've been able to add those into my Disney experience. So now comes the real fun stuff, although stressful a little bit at the same time. I have said that we're going in July because it is our anniversary, and a lot of people say, oh God, what a terrible time to go, it's going to be so hot. I know it's hot. We've been there twice in July in the past, and it is hot. And yes, we know it will rain probably every day at some point or another for, maybe an hour shower or something like that. Probably some thunder and lightning too. And we'll sort that all out. We'll deal with it. We'll make it work the best we can. The other things that happen when you travel in July, of course, you get fairly busy time of year. The summer, all summer long, seems to be a pretty busy time of year at Disney because, kids are out of school everywhere. So a lot of people do their travel to Disney in the summer, even though, it's not an ideal destination because of the heat. That's what we're doing this time around. Sometime in the future, maybe when we're both retired or when Leanne's retired even, what we will probably try to do is make a trip probably to Disney for when they open Star Wars Land at some point after they've been open a year or two. And some of the other things that have been open that are coming, some of the upcoming features. And we'll probably try to do a trip during a slower time of year, maybe November or
maybe April, since
or maybe April.
It feels like winter is still here right now.
Yes, our seasons seem to be changing and getting colder and colder as the year goes on. But hopefully we'll find a nice time to travel in the future, and when it will be a little bit less busy. So the stage we're at now, and if anybody has any ideas or suggestions for this, we'd be certainly love to hear them. But one of the things we're doing now is we're trying to sort of pick what we're doing on the days we're there. So what days we're going to what parks, make some meal reservations. We don't have a Disney dining plan. That's not an option for us. And we're okay with that. We've had it in the past, but we've decided that this time actually it's probably better to be without it because the portions are so large. So what we'll probably do is, share meals as much as we can. And then we can eat when we're hungry. We don't have to think, oh, we've got to eat another meal today, or we've got to do this, or we've got to do that. So we can sort of pace ourselves a little bit better, keep ourselves within a budget. Excuse me. Now, in the past, I know that some of the quick service resorts or restaurants at Disney, I didn't find the food was great. We had, some crappy burgers and, some mediocre pizza and things like that. But I've been looking a lot at a lot of the reviews and websites or YouTube videos, and been seeing a lot of great things about some of the different quick service meal ideas. And I think we've got some really great choices actually in mind. So we're going through a lot of the menus, which are all available online, all the Disney restaurant menus, and trying to make choices as to where we want to eat quick service meals as well as table service meals. And even so far as down to some snacks, there's certain snacks that are only available at certain locations. And if we want to try those snacks, then we've got to hit those locations. Desserts are one of the snacks. Or there are some other snacks that are even in certain special locations. But we're going to be trying to hit as many as we can, and we'll talk about those things as we go. So, this is the stage right now is probably booking or planning what days we're going to go to what parks. We're also planning to hit up the water parks, hopefully for a little bit of time, each water park one day, and as well as the four Disney parks and Disney Springs. One of the things that I've been thinking about is I think Disney Springs is open later than the parks are most nights, if not every night. So I'm thinking, well, that'll be, we can sort of wind down our day there, and then walk back to our resort just across the street. So, and we can, always get a late snack there before we head back to our resort and things like that. And I'm pretty sure busing to there will be pretty easy to acquire most nights. So I think that's going to be beneficial. I think the biggest concern is in the mornings, getting to the park for the early days will be, like I say, we may be stuck walking over to Saratoga Springs and stealing their buses. Hopefully nobody catches on. So anyways, that's our exciting news. So we'd love to hear from you. If you have any tips or questions or suggestions about, how we're doing this, I'd love to talk to you about it. So leave me a comment, send me a message, anything like that. And I'm more than happy to talk about it. Also, if you've, actually one of the other things I wanted to mention before I go there is I have looked at, I've compared with what we've done with what we would have paid using the Disney website. And I believe we're saving somewhere in the range of, I think about $1,000 by doing it this way. Which for us is quite a bit of money, and it will make things, a little easier for us in terms of getting around and doing things. Now, I'm hoping that that $1,000 saving is also budgeting for our meals and hoping that we can go a little cheaper than the price that Disney factors in for meals. What Disney factors in when you buy a dining plan, which is not the counter service dining plan or not the basic dining plan, but the sort of the middle one that includes a table service, quick service, and 2 snack. They count on about $75 per person per day for that. So $150 a day. I'm thinking we can probably get through a little bit cheaper than that, although I do know that some things are very expensive. We're going to spend probably quite a bit on water in particular. I'm not a fan of the Orlando water. It tastes terrible, and I just don't think I can do it. So I'll probably go in with bottled water a lot, and at $3 a bottle, that's probably going to add up. But anyways, that it is what it is, and we'll make it work the best we can. Other things that, like I say, we'll be able to share meals and things like that, and just sort of snack and eat as we need to. I know that was something in the past that we found is, a lot of times you didn't feel like having a big meal with the heat, you're tired, and you just don't feel like eating that much in that heat. You're just so uncomfortably warm. So I'm hoping that, we can keep our budget on average below $150 a day for dining, and that will keep us right on budget to where I think that the whole trip will come in a little bit cheaper than we would have been able to do it another way. We also did check with a travel agent, and their price was astronomical. It seemed to be even higher than the Disney website at that particular time, and I just thought, that's just way over budget for us. So really hoping to be able to do things in a way that we can keep it more within our means, so that we can go again after the what do they call it, the Star Wars area, when Star Wars Galaxy Edge opens. I'm excited for that. I'm also excited for the gondola to be open from some of the different resorts. So at this point so far, I'm pretty happy with my choices that I've made, and I'd love to hear about your experiences. So let us know what you think, and we'll see you. Can't wait to see Mickey and the gang in July. So if you've liked our video, please hit the thumbs up or the like button. If you have any comments, like I say, please leave them. I'd love to hear from you. Love to know about your experiences, and if you have any questions. And last, of course, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. There's going to be lots more Disney videos coming up in the next couple of months, so stay tuned. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.